I'm going to investigate the body I found overlooking Divinity Churchyard. There's a killer at large. Stop.
Scarecrow sure likes his little speeches. You know, I never knew fear was such a rich and complex topic.
Alfred, I found another body. The mutilation pattern looks to be identical to the previous murder victim.
Then it appears Gotham does indeed have a serial killer in its midst. And here I was thinking this evening couldn't get any worse.
I'm going to scan the body for unique identifiers. This wound is relatively fresh, inflicted while the victim was still alive. Abrasion to the epidermal layers confirms the somewhat crude removal of a tattoo. The position of this scar indicates the victim underwent surgery to remove one of their kidneys. A plate made of tantalum, used here for a cranial fracture, most probably the result of a boxing accident. The victim's calloused knuckles would only be acquired by a professional fighter. Alfred, the victim's name is Ella Montgomery.
It appears the kidney was donated to a twin sister who unfortunately died. This seems to have been the catalyst for her boxing pursuits, and hence the cranial injury. She went missing in Huntsville, Alabama.
Another person taken from outside the Gotham area.
A significant detail, sir.
So are these words written beside the bodies. Try and find a connection between the two victims I've found, Alfred. There has to be something linking them together.
I'll try my best, sir.
If I'm going to stop this killer, I should analyze the body I found on the rooftop of the Gotham Herald.
Batman's acting weird. That's what I heard.
Alfred, we can add a third victim to the list.
This is becoming rather ghastly, sir. It brings to mind a spate of murders at the beginning of your career. It was Halloween then, if I'm not mistaken. Turned out to be rather a long one, if I recall.
I'm going to try and identify the body. Remnants of a pacemaker fitted through the right ventricle. If I cross-reference the manufacturer with the pacing method, it will help to narrow the search. Clear signs of bone deformation on the victim's knee. Joint line sclerosis points to juvenile arthritis, a rare and debilitating condition. Scar tissue on the upper arm. I recognize the pattern. 20 years ago, this was a badge of honor among inmates at Blackgate Penitentiary. A small group of racketeers known as the Bloodhaven Six. Alfred, I've ID'd the victim as Franklin Accardo.
His records are a litany of drug-related offenses, sir. In and out of prison from an early age. He was serving a 20-year sentence at Blackgate before being released early on grounds of ill health due to a heart condition. He moved to Little Rock, Arkansas, which is where he was reported missing.
That's 3 victims, all of them abducted in various places around the country. Keep looking for a connection, Alfred.
Right you are, sir.
The writing by the bodies suggests the killer has a higher purpose. It's as if these weren't good enough for what he has in mind.
Do you think there are other victims?
Yes, and I don't know what he has planned for them. I'm heading to GCPD to investigate the transmission sent on a SWAT channel from within the city.
Fingers crossed, sir, it sheds some light on Scarecrow's whereabouts.
Scarecrow needs to do something about the bat, and fast.
That felt good, rubbing their faces in it.
Don't stoop to their level. We're better than that.
Hey, we've been
The
taking
fools in
crap
here
from them
actually
all.
think you're winning. Deluded, Batman. They must get it from you.
Tape 25, October 30th. Got my hands on this forensic report. Human sacrifice.
Tell me about this broadcast.
Wish I could, sir, but it's on a SWAT channel. Encrypted. Those boys really don't like anyone listening in.
I'm in.
You reading me? It's Jim. I need you to send through some blueprints. I found Crane, and that bastard's going to die for what he did to my little girl.
Was that the commissioner? What's he doing?
Getting himself killed. But I've got the ID number of the radio he's using, and that means I can track him. I've decoded a radio transmission. It's Gordon.
He's alive!
I need you to isolate the radio's frequency and pinpoint its location.
Of course, sir. The transmission appears to have originated from an abandoned shopping mall. The building has been without power for some time, sir. You may well encounter some obstacles.
The remote electrical charge prototype is being held in the GCPD evidence room. That should help.
Very well, sir. I'm sure Officer Cash will understand.
Oh, there you are. Look, it's my stuff. So this is my memorial, huh? Not even a statue. They think they can just file
Okay,
me
now I can go after Jim.
Obi doesn't ask for it back.
Very subtle. I know this is the evidence room, Bruce, but you could have tried to cover your tracks.
Gordon's signal is coming from behind that shutter. I need to find a way to reach him.
Those guys had gas masks on, didn't stop nothing. Those things were about as much use as a concrete trampoline. Yeah, maybe nothing can stop it. You just gotta pray you're nowhere near it.
I can use the remote electrical charge to power up or disable generators.
I don't care if the gas is gone. Batman still ain't one to fight. Get in the elevator.
You know, when he comes for me, you're gonna need
Open the shutter. Now. Get in there.
Boss wants to do...
I thought the bat took out when he destroyed the tank. Guess not. Let's get these shutters up. Door's opening. Get ready. Get ready now. He's here. It's his cover. The night was right. Nothing. Target your fire. Scarecrow's gonna beat him, I know it.
That man has arrived ahead of schedule. Lock down the elevators and find him.
I don't care if the gas is gone. Batman still ain't won the fight.
Do you still believe that you are Gotham's savior? Soon the world will see you for what you truly are. A fallacy, a figment of hope in a world of suffering and pain.
If it's any consolation, I'm sure Crane's put old Jimbo out of his misery by now. Not like he's got anything left to be afraid of. Not since they sent his little girl on the stairlift to heaven.
I can't pull it down, but it can support the Batmobile's weight.
So I was wondering, where do supervillains head off to once they've taken a battering? I would know, of course, since you never bested me. But do you think Arkham Knight's hanging out in some tacky dive bar right now, splashing glasses of cheap whiskey all over that masked face?
Something? Yeah, it sounded like a... What the hell is that? It's Batman. He's... What the hell is he doing? Who cares?
I can't give an order without choosing a target first.
the generator?
Any history of problems, Batman? Get ready for a shock. Quit complaining already. It's bad enough we're stuck.
No power. That won't work. Training personally designed by the Arkham Knight gives us the tactical advantage.
Their leader is wearing an explosive vest. I need to neutralize him first.
You stay back after this briefing and we'll go see him. You can ask him personally.
Who cares? I'm not scared of Batman. You put me in a room with him and I'll tear his head off.
And that is why you will fail. He won't come at you straight on. He'll watch you.
Whoa! These guys are packing more firepower than Penguin. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? That weapons crate is crying out to be tampered with.
Which brings me to point 2. The Arkham Knight has chosen me, and me especially, to test out his latest weapon in the fight against the Bat. That vest? What is it? Bulletproof? What good would that be against a man who doesn't use guns? No. This vest offers a whole different kind of protection.
What kind of protection?
Should I be rendered unconscious while wearing this baby? It explodes.
You're wearing a suicide vest?
So what do you think, ladies? My money's on the Batman. Though you could say I have a vested interest.
Weapons over here!
That's going to be it for today's video. Please leave your suggestions in the comment section below. A sub to the channel would help this channel grow. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.